Welcome back to Digital Devil Saga 2. It's time to continue our ascent up the Karma Society Tower out of this very triangle-y room. And coming up, there's going to be a bit of a funny thing. But on the way there, I guess I can mention, freaking Karma Society soldiers, at least I get to hit with your weakness. I normally don't like, making these videos too, going into, very recent events, because then they don't really age well, and I want these to be fairly evergreen for people who want a guide to this game. But, Trails in the Sky Remake just suddenly got announced out of nowhere, and yeah, I'm very, very happy about that. Trails in the Sky FC is amazing. Well, yeah, all the Sky games are amazing. But, back to this game. I don't believe the party that I currently have has Tentarafu access, so hopefully that'll make these fights a little bit more interesting, although there's a mini-boss coming up that I will definitely want Tentarafu access back again for. I believe we established previously that you were weak to Tentarafu. Yep, this party does not have Tentarafu access. I don't think I've actually shown Double Slash before. And yeah, they have counters, that's probably a bad idea. Yeah, it can at least hit their weakness with Pulimpa, but it doesn't straight up kill them. This is potentially a panic. I don't know if that's gonna actually be more likely thanks to the weakness or not, but anyway. Okay, that can happen. That's a random chance, but it can happen sometimes. Oh, actually, yeah, Electshot 2. So, I promised to show off Roland's gun combo at some point. Please don't nullify Elec, or better, that would be really embarrassing. They don't, okay. That actually looks pretty cool, honestly. It does cost 2 press turns, though, like all gun combos. And, let's, I guess, attempt to finish you off. Could try and devour. Oh, okay. But you are confused, so you might, yep, there we go. Thanks for the $450. Okay. Yeah, the funny thing is that enemies can potentially use power charge twice, but you can't. It's a rare case where the game is kind of rigged in the player's favor over the enemy. Also, something that people have told me is that the voice clips for the party members during battle in this game, this is not my settings or anything, they actually do genuinely seem to have their volume set too low in DDS2, so it's very quiet. You'll have to listen very carefully to actually pick up on what people are saying, in the rare occasions they say something in battle in this game. So I'm going to be getting a couple of chests here, and on that note I will mention, there was a chest that I missed in the control room back in the prison. We'll be going back there later on for an optional boss anyway. Let's give Roland the +2 strength. So, yeah, I can come back to get that later. It's a lot less convenient to revisit dungeons in DDS2 than it is in 1, thanks to the kind of, I guess, more, logical, real-world design that this world has, if that makes sense. Going back to all the dungeons requires, physically trekking all the way back through them, whereas, in the junkyard, everywhere you could visit was a dungeon, essentially. So, you basically just select the dungeons from a menu. I hope I'm making sense here. Okay, that's a funny position to get stuck in. The stun animations in this game are just a treasure in general. Probably should have attempted to devour that, though. So not every day you can say that you ate the Greek god of war. That does sound like something out of the God of War video game, though. Okay, we have that. And okay, then. So, we've got a large Karma terminal over there. But firstly, I'm going to rearrange my party so that I have access to the Tentarafu combo. Oh yeah, the game will show you what combos are active if you go into this screen here. And actually, I don't have the combo active with this party, so Roland, I'll go Roland, Cielo, Argilla. Yeah, I do have Tentarafu active with this party. So let's save our game and refresh ourselves. Nope! In a massive jerk move, they actually put a fake save point here that is a mini-boss ambush. I actually fell for this in my first playthrough, and it sucked. So this right here is Titan! It was the only demon name they could trademark. Yes. So Titans are named after the predecessors to the Olympic gods in Greek mythology. There were 12 of them, apparently, and I only remember the female one was named Rhea, because her name gets referenced in a decent amount of media these days. And Kronos is the Titan that's often, like, referenced the most in a lot of media that references Greek mythology. However, Titan is weak to Tentarafu, so you can do that. Oh look, 2 more Titans! How terrifying! How horrifying! How... Yep, no Titan can stand before us. We've officially become supersonic. Oh, we've got a landmine and a Magni Bomb, which is the upgrade to landmines. And that reminds me of the whole Lagni Bomb joke from people who played the original DDS1 on PS3, where certain animations had a tendency to lag the game. The port of Digital Devil Saga 2 on the PlayStation 3 store does not have the same issue that DDS1 did. So for a time, speedruns used to play DDS1 on original PS2 hardware and DDS2 on PS3, because the PS3 version is actually faster in terms of load times in battle, and DDS1 on PlayStation, the PlayStation 3 not virtual console, that's Nintendo, but you get the idea, port, that actually had a bit of an issue that I went into during the DDS1 playthrough. They essentially artificially slowed down the game to try and prevent lag, but there is a way you can actually unlock a secret option before opening the game and turn that off. DDS2 PS3 never had that problem. So it was always the fastest version for speedruns until people realized they could turn that off on the DDS1. Anyway, Echo 5, this is Alpha 1. What happened? Did you get them? Answer me, Echo 5! Answer me! Unfortunately for you, Echo 5 fell victim to Confuse a Titan. Yes, indeed, useless. If all of your minions are weak to Tentarafu, they are indeed very, very useless. I'm going to switch my party back now. I just started to bring up my notes, and from my notes, one of the female Titans' names was Phoebe. That seems like an oddly mundane name for a mythological Titan, but at the same time, maybe the name became common because of the Titan. I know that a lot of modern names have their origins in mythology. But up we go to the next floor, after this interruption. Oh, I overwrote the stun with Panic? I actually didn't want that, because I crit you easily now. That is interesting. Yeah, ailments do have a priority system, for those who don't remember that from my Digital Devil Saga 1 playthrough. Some ailments have a higher priority than others, and higher priority ailments will overwrite the lower priority ailments when they're used. Okay, we got one Devour at least. I'm not actually sure if Devour skills provoke counterattacks from the counter skills, but I would presume not. Okay, we got another Mastered Mantra here. Vile Blade, Devil Feast, and Taunt. And Horror, that's new. Wait, why do I have Ingest Mana on you but not Devour? That's incredibly stupid. Okay, Roland, Vile Blade. Damage relative to HP, Fizz all, high accuracy. That is nice. They will actually specify high or low accuracy for the physical skills in DDS2. That's a change they've made over 1. Some of them now have a high crit rate but low accuracy. And you'll want to read the fine print of those skills, otherwise you might wonder why you're missing a lot. Now, speaking of missing a lot, Devil Feast. I'm going to put this on... But, here's the thing, remember I was saying in the previous part that there isn't, like, a ton of documentation on, like, Digital Devil Saga out there, and I wish there was more? So, the Fatal Hunt skills actually got nerfed in DDS2. They are no longer guaranteed to work against frightened enemies. It's a higher chance, but it's no longer 100%. Okay, so, the last time we saw Johnny, some people in the comments referenced the Resident Evil 4 merchant, and now that's my headcanon voice for Johnny, but not really sure I can do it. It actually sounds very Australian, though. This is the shop. If I set up the shop, and that's where the shop is, it's a serious business, my friend. What are you buying? I have some flowers, right? Yep, I've got 2 Narcissus, or Narcissi, maybe. an Amaryllis, and a Hi, I'm Daisy. Wow, Daisy's worth a lot. Already bought all your rings. How are you on points? You got 778 points right now. That's 22 points till the next rank. Huh, okay, that's... I better buy something, because that's actually pretty easy. Oh, I'm gonna buy... I can't believe I forgot to do this, yeah. Let me just get enough dis-aches that I probably won't have to worry about them ever again. That means you're rank 4 now. Let me set out the new goods. Serious business relies on serious customers like you. So now now you can buy the Graven Shard for 50,000, a small HP heal that's reusable. If you've got a magic build Surf with Dia, you don't really need this, but it can be useful in a pinch if you're out of MP. Remember, it's only usable in battle though, so if you're all out of MP and you need healing, you will need to intentionally trigger a fight to use this. Come to think of it, actually, this is very similar to that item you get in Persona Q1 for 100%ing the map of the first floor. And now they sell the High Vital Ring, High Quick Ring, and High Luck Ring. I kind of want to save my cash for mantras, though. I'll get those later. And in terms of ammo, we've got Hollow Point and Trank Shot. So what's next? Okay, 1,447 points to the next rank. Oh boy. Yep, next is more gacha. Speaking of which, how close am I to max solar noise? I think I was at 8 earlier. Yeah, it's getting lower. So apparently the odds of getting a double item out of these boxes, which doesn't actually really affect the odds of getting the ring, but if you've got 2 items, you've got double the chance of getting the ring, I guess, the higher the solar noise is. So I guess I can buy a few of these. Nope, that wasn't the ring. You will know, trust me, you'll know if you get the ring. It's a different sound. Oh, part of me just wants to spin in circles until I actually get the solar noise, because I want to, it's advantageous to get this first ring as soon as possible. And we have a major boss fight coming up, so it can't hurt to do a few more encounters. Also, I haven't changed talk. Listen up, I'm going to tell you the secret to a successful relationship. The woman is a shop, the man is the merchandise. Remember that. By the way, bring me any rare plants you find. I'll pay good money for them. My wife goes to the surface at night and plants them. You think they'll wither and die? Doesn't matter. All we gotta do is keep planting. Yeah, that's a bit of lore on why they pay good money for these plants. I mean, he's tapping it awfully fast, but it kind of looks like he's tapping his knee to the music. And Sierra levels up due to Tentara Fruit being overpowered. Medical hits sell for a good amount, though. And Argilla has mastered Yakuza, and Gale has reached the same level as the rest of the party. Mudor, Curse, and Void Death. Does Gale have more strength than Roland right now? That might just be due to the power ring. Level 18 on Argilla. And Bolt Lord, Mazio, Elect Boost. I definitely want Elect Boost. We will need Void Elect back later in this dungeon, though. And now we're at max. Let's get some loot boxes! So we got a double that time, but it wasn't what we wanted. I wonder if you can sell some of these back for a profit. Nah, even the second tier items only sell for 650. You can mitigate your loss, I guess. The chakra drops do sell for almost the price of the boxes. Only 3 more. Can we get it in these 3? Last one. Nope. Can sell back some chakra drops. Oh, I got another Amaryllis out of the enemies that we fought. And back into the addiction. There it is, yeah, so like I said, you will know when you've got it. The Rich Ring, ironically, because I've made this guy very, very, very rich himself. How many more, chakra drops? Probably should keep some of these. I just want to recoup some of my money, at least. Don't really need all these Dark Veils. Okay, I'm back over 10,000. So, no more gacha for today. And yeah, the rich ring, this is, if you've got a missing slot here, the rich ring is probably it. Increases dollars obtained after battle. This is why I said that the earlier you get this, the better. Because if we equip this from now on, we'll be getting a lot more money. We don't really need to customize it all that, although considering that we're going to be probably using this for the whole game, I should maybe wait. Actually, but you can reset the ring. I'm going to give this the agility boost. It turned out to be a high-grade gem. Yeah, sometimes gems have a random chance of giving a bigger boost than they normally would. +2 magic will be nice. But yeah, now the rich ring is full. And see ya, Johnny. You've taken most of my money, including the stuff that I sold back to you so I could gamble even more. But yeah, like any good gambling system, and that's why you generally don't gamble, it's generally set up so that the house will always win. Like even the most likely things of coming up are not going to be worth the 1,000 that you put into the box. But there is a save point here. There is a good reason for it. Unfortunately, this is not a healing save point. Doubly unfortunately, I spent most of my money, so I doubt I'm going to be getting many good mantras for everybody. That'll obviously change, though, because now I'll be earning cash much faster. And Surf's still going. Vanquisher, Mute Blow, Key Blast, oh yeah, I can go into 4 skills there. Demon Beast, Iron Stomach is nice, but that would cost me most of my stuff. I mean, I guess I can go into Ice Demon? And I suppose you can start on Force to get closer to your weakness. If I have to get some cheap filler mantras, I'll at least make them useful cheap filler mantras. Like, for example, Bolt Lord on Gale. I suppose you can go back onto Fierce Spirit. We should unlock that if we master Fierce Spirit. Okay, good. Everyone does have a mantra they're working on. For this upcoming boss, you want Earth, Fire, and Force skills. So that's what I got here. Also, some Zeo skills and a Lek boost on at least one character will also be handy. You'll be dealing with a lot of different elements, but in my view, don't bother with any shield skills. You can't really predict what you're going to be hit by. Having some buffs is nice, and having Medea on 2 or more characters can be provides a very useful combo skill. I would definitely recommend strong Earth or Fire skills here. The ones that are weak to those, you want to burst them down very quickly. Something suspicious can be sent from beyond the door. This appears to be a helipad.
Nice. He's definitely my type.
The chick looks pretty tasty too. She's really just data. I heard they were original models.
Don't underestimate them. They may not look like much, but they made it all the way here, didn't they?
Who are you?
That's so cute. We're your enemies.
It's the Tribhvana. Who are they? The Society's elite guard. They're known for their violent tendencies. And they look hungry.
Bingo! Processed crap gets old. It's time for some real breast meat. You'll slide right down my throat.
We've been ordered to capture you. We could have let him do it, but we have our pride. We don't like you much anyway.
Him who?
Yeah, and I don't give a damn about that Asura. I won't let some no-name shithead waltz in and take our place. Think you can handle this?
So it's time to fight the Tribhvana, named after the Hindu word for 3 worlds: air, earth, and heaven. No water or fire. Right now, they're all just in human form, so you could turn into your own human form and use guns. They all can use items and stuff. I'm not going to bother with scanning them or showing any of their profiles because this is not the real fight, let's just say. So best just wail away with your strongest attacks. Zahn with Force Boost is really what I want to use here. The one downside of Tentarafu is that it is not effective against bosses at all. We're gonna just aim for a certain amount of damage on all of them, and then things will change. So now they all turn into demon form. Kusi, Ganga, and Ubalurus. So yeah, we've got our quirky mini-boss squad for this game. Kusi is the supporter of the team. He uses buffs and will use elemental shield skills. That can make him a priority to take down first. He is weak to fire. Ganga is weak to earth and uses devastating magic skills. She actually has the Dynes, which are a little bit above our pay grade at this point. So bursting her down might also be worthwhile. Ubalurus just uses physical attacks. He is the most bulky of the three, and he is weak to force. However, all three of the Tribhvana have a 200% soft weakness to Zeo damage. They don't, like, you won't get additional press turns for it, but it will do double damage. That's why, after Kusi is down, I'm going to swap Cielo into the party. But first, let's go for this. On your first time playing this fight, you'll probably waste a couple of turns just guessing their weaknesses wrong. That happened to me when I first played. Don't worry too much about that. Once you find their weaknesses, things tend to go a little bit better. I love how slowly Ubalurus, like, takes to reorient himself. Okay, I'm gonna Sukaja again. Thankfully, you keep your buffs, though Ganga can dispel them with Dekaja and Dekunda. Yeah, I do really want to go full tilt onto... I'm actually gonna go ahead and Zeo you. Okay, Void Force, that's fine. As long as you don't void your own or Gunga's weaknesses. Oh boy, that's bad. I mean, her damage is actually kind of low, but still, it is pretty scary. And yet, he's setting up buffs. I do have one Dekaja Stone, I believe. Okay, so Void Force is up. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, good. Kusi is almost down. Can't get any extra press turns off of Gale, though, so maybe I should actually use your turn to heal with a medical kit. So I don't need to use up any of my attackers' turns. Yeah, Taraza will give me an extra press turn, so I need to do that. Okay, you're already down to red, nice. The dog is down! I'm sorry, but it was a vicious dog that tried to eat us, so I will take pleasure in defeating it. Oh, wow, she's down too, nice. No way, I can't believe this. And now we just have Ubalurus here. And so, I'm going to go for a Tarunda. And then I'm going to swap in... I mean, technically, Surf with his fire is probably going to do, like, just as much damage. However, I do kind of want to show something involving Cielo here. And not just because these things are all doubly weak to electricity. The Angelic Grace combo has been discovered. This requires, I'll talk about it next turn because I don't have enough press turns to use it here though. And let's drop your attack again. This requires any party heal skill on 2 characters. So in this case, 2 Medeas. This gives a pretty big heal and also casts Rakukaja. So, yeah, it's both a heal and a buff in the same attack. It does cost 2 press turns, though. Which means I'm going to actually have to swap over to you to get the Zahn weakness in. It is very convenient to have both healing and buffing in the same move. Yeah, wow, with Elect Boost, you take more damage from that, and you're taking from Gale using your weakness with Force Boost. So yeah, they do really want you to use Cielo in these boss fights. A lot. Let's Angelic Grace again. Like, this will not be the last fight that has a massive vulnerability to Cielo. And by Cielo, I mean electric skills, but you get the idea. Also, he looks amazing when he's on low health. Not down yet. There he goes. Okay. So, yeah, that fight looked a lot easier than it really should have been, but I was prepared for it. If you let the support member, Kusi, go too ham, that can be a problem.
Damn, they're tough.
Fall back, now!
I remember this meat. I'm gonna kill you!
And suddenly they're demoted to comic relief. Looks like the Tribhvana are blasting off again!
Whoa, what a freak! Sheesh, where did they find these guys?
If that quote is not one of the page quotes for the TV trope Quirky Mini-Boss Squad, I'm gonna add it. Yes, him. Yeah, the jailer wanted to capture us alive, too. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, bad memories of that guy. We haven't even found out who he was in the real world. Now, I'm just going to save you some time here. If you try and go in here, there is nothing for you. It's just a dead end and a preview of a chest, so let's not worry about that. Let's just go the other path. I remember on my first time playing this game, I skipped that path, and by sheer luck, I took the correct path first, and I never needed to worry about it. I went back and was like, oh, okay, I don't have that area on my map. I might as well explore it, and then, welp, turned out that it was useless anyway. And now I need to put Dentarofu back on. Actually, now that Roland has Taunt, I can try something. Also, I didn't show this horror. Enemy panics with normal attack. Another one of those normal attack modifiers, but that one's kind of unique. I don't really see it used very much, though. Okay, that's the way to progress, but if we go down here, we will meet up with that other dead end and be able to grab this chest. So I guess I could show something. If I try to use Devil Feast, cannot be devoured. The game will not even let you use hunt skills on Karma soldiers. Okay, everyone else is pretty close to getting that stuff. Oh yeah, we got no AP out of that last fight because we didn't devour them. Obviously, they still live to fight another day. Trank Shot. Oh, hi, Artavaka and Dis. Okay. Definitely haven't seen you before. Weak to Ice, Drain Fire, Null Mute, but it does have Ice Repel. This refers to any goddess of fate, spirit, or ghost, benevolent or not, from Norse mythology. And, well, perfect timing, we have access to Bufu now. Aha, you're frightened. And I'm going to use an Ice Blast just to get an extra press turn, because I want to show off something here. Also, it's been a while since I last recorded, so I forget if I actually scanned Artavaka or not. Artavaka used to be a child-eating demon until it was redeemed by the Buddha, and it means Lord of the Forest in Sanskrit. But okay, Devil Feast against a frightened enemy. Okay, it worked that time, but just take my word for it, it actually isn't guaranteed in DDS2. Haven't actually shown Taunt yet. Taunt gives the enemy 2 stacks of defense debuff, but 2 stacks of an attack buff as well. Oh, that's a death sound. In this game, it's a little less useful than it was in the first game because of the diminishing returns for buffs and debuffs, so it doesn't have quite the same impact. So now let's head through here where we have, well, oh, actually there's only one. I thought that was 2 elevators. No, there's just 1. It's pretty rare in this game that you have the choice of 2 different elevators, and when you do, usually one just leads to a field hunt. That is the case in a later dungeon, I definitely know this. But we are definitely heading on up these floors. I do like unconventional, like, sort of modern-day buildings as dungeons, like an office building in this case. So that just reminds me of the joke about people saying, oh, hey, let's do Die Hard in X, like in a particular location. And then somebody eventually suggests, I know, Die Hard in an office building, forgetting that the original Die Hard actually did take place in an office building. Lagny Bomb, go! Wow, that was a powerful Lagny Bomb. Hang on, I think I'm actually going the wrong way. We need to head through here first because it's just going to lead to a triangle room that goes nowhere. Yeah, as far as like modern locations or buildings as dungeons, oh, hi there, someone left their Jack Frost plushie. That's cool. I don't actually have a Jack Frost plushie, which is kind of weird because I have a gigantic plush collection. I just briefly glanced, because it's actually close to me right now, and I briefly glanced over and it resulted in a Sonic and Amy plushie staring into my soul. Yes, they are the first things visible in my collection. I'm not biased at all. Above them is a Toon Link that also stares into my soul. But yeah, all that's in here is this chest. But I've always, like, if I made an RPG, like, if I ever find the time to do this, I'd love to make like because you know how people are making like throwback games to the kind of games they played in their childhood. I would really like to make a throwback to like PS2 era JRPGs one day, like a PS2 JRPG spiritual successor kind of thing. But if I ever did, one idea that I have is to do a dungeon that is like a Disney World style beach resort as a dungeon. Okay, now everyone's level 18. I would say I'm mastering these mantras pretty quickly, but actually they're all pretty weak mantras. I had a feeling Surf no longer had Devour on, so let's put that over Ice Boost. It's funny how I tend to make Surf go more towards fire than ice, because, yeah. He's not around right now, and if it even was, he's not a very good magic user, so I prefer to have Surf handle all the fire damage. Well, at least you're weak to guns. Oh, and frozen. But I still, Tala soldiers. I make a lot of commentary videos, so I've probably mentioned this before, but I don't have it. While I don't have a Jack Frost plush, I do have an Izanagi plush from Persona 4. Safety guarantee regulations. Let me guess, that's scheduled to be burned this week. Was that 3 lots of 69? I mean, I hate the 69 meme, but still. Triple 69. Apparently that was a meme even before memes were really a real thing. Okay, I think I know where we are. Yes, there is a large Karma terminal right here. Thankfully you argue loud the wrong person. You have argued your last Lao. Dis, I remember, Dis has a really, really useful, like, passive skill in SMT5 Vengeance, though. Plank of Norn, I think. Okay, finally we have a healing save point. From here, though, I want to head back because this is going to lead to actually, it's a trap chest, but still. It must be claimed nonetheless. And I know that this is Archangel, just because Archangel in Katakana looks really interesting. Archangel. Oh yeah, it's Archangel, not like I would think it was like Arku Angelu or Archie Angelu, but no, it's just Archangelu. And this is where I kind of regret selling most of my Dark Veils. Yep, did not work at all. Oh, nice. That was the I believe it was actually like the Archangel ring or the Angel ring. But yeah, thanks to Metatron. So, you have noticed the presence of your boss among us, or at least your boss's ring, and now you have become terrified, and you will feed yourselves to my AP. No Sonic Egg, please. Thank you. Yeah, Yuzu, who makes those Demi-Fiend videos, has been following along with this in the comments, and actually did tell me that, it wasn't actually just, like, a Mandela effect on my part. Stomachache really is rarer in DDS2 compared to 1. That is nice. It's another thing. I don't know, they were made so close to each other, you wonder if they did take feedback into account or not, like player feedback, but it feels like if they did take player feedback into account, this would be one of the ways they did it, because Stomachache was really frustrating in the first game, and it's nice to see it, like I'm glad the mechanic still exists, as a bit of a risk versus reward element to hunting, but yeah, it's nice to see that it's, like, less common. So we continue on to the other side of this, once again, very triangular-shaped area. Okay, so over here, like this, the other cool thing about this is like being like an office building, a lot of the floors are symmetrical in terms of layout. I don't think I've actually seen Roland's victory pose in Rakshasa mode / Berserk mode. Oh, we can still use Devil Feast. I don't know if it's affected though. Oh boy, yep, this is where things become potentially problematic. Yeah, this might be a point where I want to cut my losses and run. Not gonna risk that. Yeah, that's what happens if you get hit while you're in, like, Berserk / Rakshasa mode. It hurts a lot. You don't really want to mess around. If you don't finish off the enemies quickly, you will also die very quickly. Well, that's another Hi, I'm Daisy. 3 disses. Dragon, so Zahn, Void Force, and that's it. Well, thankfully there's a save point close by, so I can get her a new mantra. I do have Tarazi on her. Oh, I can't afford Earthlord anyway, so yeah, I'm actually gonna keep going into Force skills. As saw with that last fight, Tarazi with Earth Boost is pretty much enough to carry us through this section of the game. Don't really need to go much further on Earth skills yet. Food supply management regulations. Well, yeah, considering this is the office of cannibal demons, that is not a good document. We probably shouldn't read that. It would be very traumatic. I would like second tier ice on Surf though soon. Actually, I think that's what he's working on right now. I mean, it's not completely symmetrical, but it's still fairly neatly laid out. And so, there's a glass door there, but that's actually our ultimate destination for this floor. Okay, so coming up is a bit of an interesting detour that I will want to do when I first see it, because otherwise, it's going to be a lot to backtrack for. Okay, I believe both of you are new. So let's check you out with the Spyglass. Firstly, Berith. Usually Berith shows up before Eligor. Well, that's actually just Persona 5. Mute Blow, Mudo On, and Mudo On. Repel Death, Null Mute, Weak to Force, and Expel, okay. Well, while our Force user is getting ready, I can scan the Rakshasa. Rakshasa, Repel Death, Strong Ice, Weak to Earth, and Expel. So you're both weak to Expel, which can help get Devours in, actually. So Rakshasas are demons or unrighteous spirits in Hindu and Buddhist mythology. I don't actually have Berith's in my notes. Berith is another one of the Ars Goetia demons, though, the 28th demonic spirit. A Duke of Hell with 26 legions under his command. Important to some alchemists who believe he had the power to transmute all base metals into gold. There are a lot of methods that alchemists tried to convert base metals into gold, but summoning demons are probably the most drastic of those methods. I think I'll go for the Holy Arrows next turn. Uh-oh. Okay, well that missed. Yeah, thankfully, in the Digital Devil Saga games, you only get a game over if your entire party is wiped, not just the main character. So, yeah, Mudo On is a lot less scary when it's targeting Surf. It's probably gonna die soon regardless. Yeah, it is down to red. And there it goes. Okay, well, Surf's getting a little over the level threshold at the moment. Actually, we're probably expected to be like about 20 before the next boss fight, which is coming soon, and the next boss fight is very bizarre. Suppose now I can do Roland, Argilis, Cielo, and just Tentarafu some things. Because you may have noticed that none of the things that we just fought, the new enemies, were immune to panic. So that means that Tentarafu will basically just kill them, because Tentarafu. It's good for like the next 3 dungeons too. It's like, I can't... It does not seem like medium damage. It's like, I feel like somebody must have made a mistake in its damage formula. just like the Contrarian King's Rampage. So this right here, this elevator, you want to take this elevator first because this area is totally optional. It's just for some treasures, but there's a pretty good treasure at the end of it. Speaking of Tentarafu, oh yeah, we have the Dekaja combo now. I believe that's any 2 debuffs. So in this case, it seems like I don't think Taunt counted as a debuff for the purposes of combos in the first game, but it does in this game. That is another one of the subtle changes. Because I definitely tried using Taunt in my montage of all of the combo skills in the first game, and yeah, didn't let me use the Dekaja or Dekunda combos. Aha, something that actually survives that. However, it is to be short-lived. For all shall burn, eventually. Or I could just get another encounter immediately. And problem solved, let's move on. Okay, good, Ice Demon. Mabufu Ice Boost. Kind of weird to have ice skills on Roland, but hey, it helps. And when I said this was worthwhile, it's one of the Karma Rings, the Rage Ring. Yeah, here we go, Rage Ring. Auto Tarakaja / Rakunda when battle starts. So you start with an attack buff, but a defense debuff. Kind of like half a taunt. Actually, you know what? Let's actually put that on Roland. Oh, that's a great recipient for the Tiger's Eye, too. Unfortunately, it wasn't a high-ranked gem. Oh yeah, here's the problem. Whenever I take Gale out of the party, I have to remove the Rich Ring and put it on somebody who is in the party, because I really should have the Rich Ring on a character at all times. But now we'll head back down the elevator. Okay, Varblade plus Rage Ring. I guess it's doing a little more. And so much for Argilla not being ahead of the party. Back down the elevator, and it's still a pretty long walk to our next destination. I also feel like, in general, enemies in DDS2 feel flimsier than the ones in the first game. And there we go, now we have Bufala, Frost Breath, and Ice Repel. Also some level ups. I would have appreciated a heal there. Or maybe not, because we're actually coming up on a heal point. Definitely you take Bufala over Bufu. We can duck in here to get a couple of chests. If I can find them. There we go. Magic data, definitely worth it. Oh no, it's just one chest. Oh, Jill will take that. Anything interesting in these shelves? Karma Society proposal for peace. Yeah, I get the feeling their proposal for peace is not gonna look very good to anybody who is not themselves. Maybe it's just one page that just says, if nobody exists but the Karma Society, then there'll be peace. Though if no one exists but the Karma Society, who will they use for food? That's the question. Because yeah, there definitely won't be peace in that case. There's just always going to be a group of people that become the designated food source. Okay, yeah, this is the one that has 2 chests. We might be getting a Berserk encounter, though, because we're at full solar noise. Cat's Eye, that is a gem. Top Secret, Sun Observation Records. It's a shame you can't actually read these. I feel like if this was a Trails game, these would actually be full, documents you could read. Tech Unit Research. But yeah, we probably should be reading their secret files on the Sun, because it sounds like that would be really helpful, considering that we want to find a way to deal with the Sun problem. First 2 Barreths, and now 3 Barreths. However, Tentarafu. No, you survived that. Thunder Rod, I guess? There we go. Yeah, anything that does survive Tentarafu only does just by the skin of its teeth. And, oh look, we have a save point here. I wonder what's behind that door. You might actually be surprised by what's behind that door. Firstly, though, I've mastered everybody's ice mantras. And now I'm actually even richer than I was before I did that big gambling splurge, so maybe doing that, yeah, it did pay off with the rich ring. Okay, I definitely want Roland, though, to be going for something physical right now. Yeah, I'd rather have Iron Stomach. Okay, if I get Ice Wolf, Dark Leader is Mind Charge. I should probably start on Ice Wolf. So for this fight, you want pretty much the same party you used for the last boss fight, with one exception. You want an Elect Shield skill. Absolutely. In fact, it might be a good idea to have those on multiple characters. Doesn't really matter which Elect Shield skill, just as long as you have one. Something suspicious. It's the same description. Surely it couldn't be...
Hold it! I hope you've enjoyed your trip, because the fun ends here.
You guys again?
You bastards! I'm lucky to be alive. That fall could have killed me. This time it's your turn to taste fear.
You jumped off on your own!
Just shut up and die!
She's the battle transition both times, too. So yes, you fight these guys twice in a row in the same dungeon, which I can't be the only one who finds that incredibly strange. Like, not even that was that persistent. But anyway, they fight very similarly to how they did the first time. They have the same basic roles and the same weaknesses. However, well, firstly they start in their demon forms, but also, however, this time they have a very nasty electric combo skill. And that's why you want to have somebody with a Void Elect Shield, or better, like Repel Elect. So okay, Tarazi, you... Pretty much just the same old strategy here. Hit them with their weaknesses, but I need to set up Void Elect every single turn. You will see why. Like, I could have actually brought in Roland to taunt, especially considering that that the only thing that uses physical attacks is Uberlurus, so the attack buff is not really going to be a huge issue. Okay, nice miss completely. I kind of hope I don't have to intentionally hold back just to show off like their Zero skill. They're probably going to use it. I don't know, like Elect sounds weird to me outside of like Mega Man Battle Network. So whereas Electric sounds like Pokemon, oftentimes I find it hard to like figure out what to actually call them. So sometimes I end up just calling them Zero skills. Okay, you're not even red yet. Got Void Elect still set up. Yeah, I think this should be it. Enemy combo attack, Bolt Rain. It at least looks really cool. But okay, let's finish off these two, hopefully. Okay, that time you went down first. So now you get Argied. And Zan, you... Yeah, Kusi is a lot bulkier this time around. However, I have double Zan now for Uberlurus, who is very bulky. Okay, there we go. So it's just down to the middle one, and now I'm going to swap Cielo back in. Cielo over... let's go you over Surf. I mean, Surf probably does more damage with his, like, second-tier magic skills buff by boost, but still... Okay, yeah, I haven't actually used any buffs on myself this time. I'm kind of living on the edge. However, I guess I can use them now, because Angelic Grace. Yeah, isn't it convenient to have both a party heal and a defense buff in the same skill? It's one of my favorite I don't really use it. Like, I think this combo still existed in the first game, but I generally prefer it in this game for some reason. Maybe it's because it reminds me of a later combo skill from Digital Devil Saga 2 that requires Mind Charge. There are actually two reasons why you want Mind Charge in this game. Yeah, Ubalurus does take quite a while to go down, but now we've buffed our defense, I can debuff your attack, I guess. Forgot to put Tsukikaja back on, I probably should have. Oh yeah, you can Zeo. Yeah, Zeo does quite a lot. I should probably check to see whether Zeo from Gale does more than his Zan. Though he doesn't have the boost for that. Okay, down to red, good. No, Zan is doing more. Feel like maybe this will take him down. Well, unless I miss. That could be bad. Well, I am significantly buffed, so yeah. Angelic Race again. It is a really nice skill in general. Still not down. Should be almost there, though. There we go. Ugh. Looks like Team Tribhvana's blasting off again! Scarlet Pearl, that's a cool thing. Cool name for a gem, I mean. And now, 8. Were you the first to hit level 20? Huh. Well, okay, now you're the second to hit level 20. Are we going to be hitting level 20 with other people before Surf? Yeah, it looks like Surf hasn't hit level 20 yet. I usually like him to be 21st. Well, I mean, you know, we just have pretty good mantra setups, I guess. However, we're not done with this, and everyone's a little worried about what might be coming up that elevator. So I'm going to go back and save, because we have another big boss battle incoming, and we'll be taking care of that next time, along with some pretty major plot stuff. See you all for that.